Hey there, it's Sunday. Happy Sunday. And it's been kind of a lazy day, kind of, for me. Well, not really, I guess. I mean, I've been out today. I did go out and run some errands. I did do a workout, not the same one that I've been doing. Same person that does the workout. She had another one that came up in the suggestions, and I thought, well, let me try this one out because it was the same. It was like a 7-minute type workout as well. But I thought, well, let's change it up a little bit and see what we think of this one. And it was pretty decent. Actually, a little bit better for me because I have a really hard time getting up and down off the floor because I've got bad knees. And so sometimes it can be really difficult with my knees to get up and down. So this one didn't have any floor exercises, which I was happy about. So but I did it, and I thought, well, I can maybe switch them off, every other week or something, maybe. I don't know, but anyway, at least I did do that. I did some cleaning around here. Just hasn't been much going on. It's actually been a fairly quiet day. I mean, when I say quiet, I just mean, there's not been, a lot of fireworks and stuff going off, or, firecrackers, which I kind of expected would be happening since we're still technically celebrating the Chinese New Year. If you didn't see that video, at the end of this one, you can click on it and watch it. It was one I did yesterday that was about, showing how they celebrate it here. So, but yeah, so that's been about it. But as you can see, my cat light is on. Yay! And the reason it is because I went and bought me a new power strip today. Since that other one just was not working anymore. I mean, it was like, if you watched any of my prior videos where sometimes this light would be on and then it would just kind of go off during the video, it was because of that dang power strip. So today I was thinking, when I went out, the first thing I thought in my head was, okay, let's go see about getting a new power strip so we can fix this problem, and hopefully it's fixed. So at least I got that taken care of. Now I've got my cute little kitty light back on again, which I wish you could see it a little bit better, but I get to see it, and that's all that really matters because it's for me. So but today I fixed myself a really good lunch, and I have leftovers for tomorrow. I made myself a pork chop and green beans, which was really quite tasty, and I made enough for 2 servings. I kind of thought I was going to have it for dinner, but I rarely ever do that. Most of the time when I fix something like that, I usually fix enough for 2 servings, and then I just put it in the refrigerator and then have it the next day. So tonight I ended up with my bowl of cereal that I normally have, but I don't have, I think I have like 1 bag left of the cereal that I usually eat, which is the Frosties, which is basically Frosted Flakes. But they didn't have any up at the store, and so I haven't opened my last bag yet, but they had some cereal that was on sale. So I thought, well, it's on sale, let's try it. I can kind of see why it was on sale. It's not very good. I have this feeling of deja vu, like I've been through this before with lightning at the door. Lightning, why do you always pick? And I'm starting my video a little earlier tonight, thinking that I might eliminate him at the door and that gate, but we could hear both. Lightning's at the door, and the gate could happen any minute. I can't escape it. Even though I'm trying, but oh well. But anyway, it's been a decent day. It was gorgeous outside again. I really did not mind going on my little errands or anything because it was just beautiful. It is a little hot. It's getting hotter like all the time. I'm watching Poppy, y'all. I don't know what. He sees something. He sees something out the window and he's like, looks like a little meerkat or something looking around. He is so cute, y'all. But yeah, it's getting to be hot weather. Like, oh God, yeah. I can feel it every day. I can feel it getting hotter and hotter. So we're approaching the really hot months, and ugh. And that means that I'm going to have to start turning on the air conditioner and closing up the doors and the windows, which I hate doing. I hate doing that, y'all. I love that I have an air conditioner. I do, because there are times that I absolutely need it. I have to have it. But I would much rather have the windows and the door open and just allow natural breeze to come through. But when it gets to be that hot time of the year, oh God, it does not take long. It's like the sun comes up, and within minutes of it coming up, it is already hot as blazes. And it's time to shut everything up. And I hate that. I really do, because I love to be able to keep things open. And I cannot, a lot of people would say, well, you need to close your curtains and everything, keep all that sun out so it doesn't get so hot. I cannot do that. Y'all, I am someone who, excuse me, I love lots of sunlight, and I love having lots of windows, and I love my windows to be open and the curtains to be open, because I just love it. I love seeing sunlight come in, and so I cannot close curtains up and stuff and make it feel like a dark cave in here. I just cannot do it. So I end up, fighting the heat a little more, having to run the air conditioner a little stronger to fight some of that extra heat off, because, I just cannot close my curtains. Sometimes if it's coming in really, really bright, I may have to close a portion of it just to kind of block out the brightest part of the sun that's coming in. But mostly I try to keep them open as much as possible. It's like my friend Jackie, she was saying, oh, you should move into this place down the street, because down the road from here, there's a couple of these little places that are up for rent. And I'm like, I would hate it. I would absolutely hate it. I would feel like I was living in like a coffin or something. It would just be horrible. These places, I've never been inside, so I don't know what it's like on the inside. It's 2-story, which for one, I do not like 2-story at all. I'm a single level person. I prefer being on the ground. I like having everything in one level. I don't like stairs. That's the first problem. Second problem, the way this place is designed, it's like skinny but long. So you've got like a sliding glass door, and that's it. All along the rest of it is just wall. There's no windows except for that sliding glass door. No. No way. I would literally feel like I was living in a box, and, with just a little eye hole or something to look out of. I would lose my mind in a place like that. Anybody else like that? Is there anybody else besides me that just has to have lots of windows, lots of sunlight, that you just cannot exist in a place that's all dark and closed in and gloomy? Because I just could not do it. There's no way. I know that may sound crazy to a lot of people. A lot of people probably say, well, if it's a nice place or whatever, it wouldn't matter if there's not a bunch of windows. But to me, it's not a nice place if it doesn't have a lot of windows. That is something I just have to have whenever possible. And that's what I loved about this place when I moved in. So I've got this big window here. I've got 2 windows in there plus the sliding glass door. So I've got all this area that gets a lot of sunlight that comes in, and it's wonderful. I love it. Like today is the first time in a long time actually that I've actually opened up my curtains in here all the way. Usually I just have it partially opened to where, you know, I'm still able to look out the window, and I've got the screen, you know, so that the air can come in and whatever. But today I went ahead and just opened the whole thing up. I was like, you know what? It is time to just let the light in and enjoy the sunlight even more than I normally do, because, you know, usually I just keep it closed like that because I've got those string lights hanging on the outside of my curtain, so that when I'm making ASMR videos, if I've got that as my backdrop, I've got those lights on. So it's kind of difficult when you close the curtains because the lights kind of want to get tangled up with each other, you know. I mean, luckily these LED, they're like these little LED lights. It's not like the strip lights like I had for the Christmas tree, but these are like little string lights. It's curtain lights is what these are. So they're designed to hang like curtains. And they've just got these little tiny bulbs, you know. They're not like regular, like Christmas tree lights, you know. But these little wires that they're on kind of get wrapped up in each other when you go to close the curtain. So it kind of is, it's a little bit of a pain having them on the outside like that, because it does make for problems opening and closing the curtains. But, you know, but today I was just like, whatever. I'm going to open my curtains because I'm wanting some of that sunlight, because it was just a beautiful day today. And I just love it when we have these sunny days when the sky is really blue. And, you know, I don't think there was really much of a breeze. I didn't really feel a breeze today, and it got pretty hot. It did. But it was nice though when I went out, even though it was really hot outside. You know, when you're riding a bike, you are kind of getting a little bit of a breeze just in the fact that you're moving, you know, so you've got that air flow, whatever. So it was really, it was fun. I enjoyed it. And I had to actually go out a time that I hadn't planned, because I'd gone to this one place and was picking up a couple of things, and I asked this lady for something that she has to get. And so she got it and she bagged it up and I paid for it and everything. And I went on my other errands, came home, and so I'm like unpacking my stuff and I'm like, this isn't it. So I had to take that back up there and exchange it for the right thing. But I didn't care. I really didn't. I was like, you know what? It's just so nice out there that I really want to go. But I was riding my bike today and I started hearing this little clunk sound, and I'm like, come on now. It has not been that long since I replaced the bottom bracket on my bike, because before, a few months back, I had this horrible clunky sound when I would pedal, and I knew, I was like, it's this bottom bracket. It's all screwed up and it needs to be replaced. And I eventually went and got it replaced and got it fixed. So there's a brand new bottom bracket in there, and I'm hearing this clunk sound again, and I'm like, I did not inspect anything today, which I should have. I should have like gone out there and really tried to figure out what it is, because it could be something totally different. It could be some, you know, other little thing that's just gotten bent or something, and it's making a clunk sound, you know, when the chain is going or something. It could be something totally different, but it kind of has that sound kind of like that bottom bracket. And I'm like, man, I just fixed that. I just got a brand new one. I hope I don't have to do that again. Although it was not that expensive to get fixed. I was surprised. I was really surprised, because that day that I went there, I was expecting that I was going to pay a whole lot more than I actually did pay to get it fixed. But so, I mean, if I have to get it done again, I will, but it shouldn't go out that fast. That's the problem, is that these things should last for a very long, long time. And so there's really no reason why it should not be working properly. So I guess tomorrow I'm going to go out and try to ride around some and listen and try to figure out, okay, where's that sound coming from? And try to figure it out. Because I do that all the time. I try to figure out for myself, you know, what the problem could be so that I can hopefully fix it myself, you know, without having to take it somewhere to get it fixed. But, you know, some things I'm able to do on my own, and when I can, I will. But then there are other things where it's like, I don't really have the right tools for this, and it would just be better to have someone that knows what they're doing take care of it. But, you know, I definitely want to keep my bike in good working order, because that is my transportation and it's my baby. God, y'all, I love my bike so much. I know I've talked about that so many times, but it's just the truth. I'm telling you, I just love it. And it's just such a great feeling. And so I want to take care of it. And that's why I try to always, you know, check the tires. Like today, I checked my tires and I thought, I should probably put some air in there. So I put air in my tires before I went out. And, you know, I'm always like, you know, checking things to see, is everything still connected properly? Is there anything loose? You know, because, I mean, things can last for a good long time if you take care of them. And so that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that I take care of this bike so that it will last me. But I mentioned in another video that, you know, if a bike expert, somebody who is really into cycling, if they were to see my bike, they would just be like, oh God. They would roll their eyes and they'd be like, where on earth did you get this? Because it's such a cheap bike. I mean, it really is, because I couldn't afford anything more expensive. When I was looking for a bike, I had to find a cheap bike. And, you know, luckily I was able to find one that was the style that I wanted, and everything about it was what I wanted. The color, the style, everything. The fact that it's a single speed, which I love. All of those things, you know, it fit everything. And the price was decent, you know, so. But yeah, I mean, if I were to really go out and get a really good bike, I would probably pay 4 or 5 times what I paid for my bike if I were to get a really decent quality bike. And really, I mean, you know, it makes sense that whenever you invest your money and you pay more for quality things, they're going to last you a lot longer, and you may end up spending less money in the long run, because if you have to keep replacing cheap stuff that falls apart or breaks, you know, if you have to keep replacing it over and over and over again because it doesn't last very long, you know, it makes sense that you want to invest in something of quality. You know, but under the circumstances, you know, that I've been in, it's like I have to go with what I can afford, and that was really all I could afford. So, you know, but I love it. It, you know, yeah, it's cheap, but I still love it anyway. And so far, it's gotten me where I need to go and doing what I need to do, and that's what really matters. But I still got to take some time one of these days to just go out and enjoy riding, instead of just going on errands. And I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I really need to do it before it gets too hot, because once these hot months come, oh Lord, yeah, it's going to be really hard to do it then, because it's like as soon as you walk outside, you're hit with that heat wave. And then when you're trying to pedal on a bike and you're out in that bright sun that is baking you, yeah, it makes it a lot harder to go out and enjoy a nice bike ride when it's 1,000,000 degrees outside. But anyway, but I know I'm just rambling on, as I do. But I appreciate that you're here listening to my rambles, if you're still here. If you're still listening, I do appreciate it so much. And I hope that you guys will comment more because I really love to get the comments. It makes me so happy, y'all. Whenever I look and I see that somebody's commented, and it gives me a chance to interact with you. Oh, and speaking of interacting with you, I still want to do another live stream because I thoroughly enjoyed the one I did for New Year's. That was such a blast, and I would love to do it again. So I'll try to schedule one. I don't know if anybody will be able to show up or not because it just depends, I guess, on the time. Because I don't know what time people are up to watch live streams. But I'm hoping that I can do one of these days soon because I really enjoyed it and I would love to interact with you some more. So anyway, I hope that you all had a fabulous weekend and still having a fabulous weekend. And I look forward to talking to you again later. Bye.